Nigel Farage argued that the latest Brussels spat will add to the Eurosceptic support ahead of the June EU elections, which could spell the end of the bloc. Nigel Farage has predicted that once enough Eurosceptic leaders take charge of member states, the European Union bloc will simply cease to work. The GB News host and arch-Brexiteer said that the days of the Brussels-led bloc are numbered following a furious spat in Strasbourg over migration this week. The European Parliament narrowly voted through sweeping reforms after years of division over the EU Pact on Migration and Asylum. EU cheerleaders like German Chancellor Olaf Scholz and EU Chief Ursula von der Leyen hailed the vote as a historic day and a huge achievement for the bloc. However, both the left-wing and right-wing voices vehemently criticized the law. The vote even drew together traditional rivals like Viktor Orban of Hungary and the Polish PM Donald Tusk, who used to be the European Council president. Mr. Tusk vowed to protect Poland from the new EU law which would force the country to accept migrants. The Migration Pact states that member states can choose between accepting their imposed quota of asylum seekers or pay a financial penalty that costs up to €25,000 per migrant. Hungary's Prime Minister Viktor Orban also lambasted the deal, calling the pact another nail in the coffin of the European Union. He tweeted, "Unity is dead, secure borders are no more. Hungary will never give in to the mass migration frenzy. We need a change in Brussels in order to stop migration." Mr. Farage told GB News viewers that the out-of-touch leaders in Brussels would face an almighty backlash at the ballot box when voters take part in the European Parliament elections from 6 to 9 June. Political scientist Anand Menon admitted that Eurosceptic voices are gaining ground inside the EU. He said that if enough Eurosceptics are voted in, the EU could grind to a halt and it becomes very difficult for the EU to accomplish anything at all. Mr. Farage responded, "It will be an interesting set of elections in June. Someone once said Nigel Farage is the EU's worst nightmare because he wants to leave." 2 years later, someone else said that Viktor Orban is the EU's worst nightmare because he actually wants to stay. One government can't do a lot on its own. If there were several Eurosceptics in charge, the whole thing would simply cease to work. The days of this artificial political structure are numbered. Ahead of the elections in June, the European Council of Foreign Affairs, ECFR, has predicted a sharp right turn for Europe. According to ECFR, right-wing populists are likely to be the top vote-getters in 9 countries, including Austria, the Netherlands, France, Hungary, Poland, and Italy. In 9 others, including Spain and Germany, they could emerge as strong second or third place contenders.